Hey, fellow consumer, or someone about to learn some deeply disturbing truths about American shopping habits. Here's something that'll break your brain. Right now in America, yes, that America, the one where people camp outside stores for Black Friday deals like it's the apocalypse, there are products on every shelf that literally don't exist anywhere else on planet Earth. I'm not talking about different brands. I'm talking about entire product categories that the rest of the world looks at and goes, what the actual hell? But wait, before you start defending your spray cheese and gallon sodas, let me paint you the full picture here. Because American consumer culture is basically if convenience, excess, and questionable life choices had a baby, and that baby was raised by late night infomercials. On one side, you've got Europe, where they eat real cheese that actually molds, where portions are reasonable, and where buying things in bulk means getting two of something instead of one. Then there's America, the America where everything is supersized, where cheese comes in a can, and where the pharmacy sells birthday cards for some reason. Yeah, we're about to dive into 10 products that are so uniquely American, so perfectly designed for our specific brand of chaos, that other countries literally cannot comprehend why they exist. Products where foreigners look at them like we just showed them alien technology. Where Europeans are convinced we're pulling an elaborate prank. Where your monthly supply of this stuff costs less than a fancy coffee. By the way, I know this is longer than usual. That's because I went down a rabbit hole researching American consumer insanity, and honestly, I can't look at a Walmart the same way anymore. It's like discovering the Matrix, but the Matrix is made of red Solo cups and ranch dressing. So drop a like and subscribe because this might completely change how you see your own shopping cart. And honestly, after researching this, I'm not sure if I should be proud or concerned. Let's get right into it. Number 10, red Solo cups, where your party color is determined by plastic cup manufacturers. Let's kick this off with the most iconic piece of American party culture that Europe doesn't even know exists. The red Solo cup. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just a cup. How is this uniquely American? Here's the thing. Americans use 25 million red Solo cups every single day. Not red cups. Specifically red Solo cups. That specific brand, that specific red, that specific size. Europeans at American parties are genuinely confused. Why is everyone drinking from the same red plastic cup? Is this a cult? Are you all related? Meanwhile, every American knows exactly what I'm talking about. College parties, barbecues, tailgates, that one uncle's birthday where things got weird, all red Solo cups. The rest of the world uses actual glasses. Reusable ones, made of glass. Revolutionary concept, I know. But in America, we've turned disposable plastic cups into a cultural phenomenon. There's a country song about them. A platinum-selling country song about plastic cups. Toby Keith made millions singing about how great red Solo cups are. That's the most American thing I've ever said out loud. And here's what kills me. They're specifically red because someone in marketing decided red feels festive. Not blue, not green. Red. And now an entire nation is psychologically programmed to associate red plastic with having a good time. Try to find red Solo cups in Germany. Go ahead, I'll wait. You'll find beer steins, actual glasses, and Germans looking at you like you've lost your mind. But in America, they're in every grocery store, gas station, and somehow also at weddings. I've seen them at weddings. Formal weddings, with champagne, in red Solo cups. One Reddit user said they moved to France and tried to explain beer pong. The French thought they were describing a drinking game for children. Then they saw the red cups and were even more confused. You have a game where you throw balls into cups of beer, and the cups must be red plastic? Yes, Pierre, that's exactly what we have, and it's a beloved American tradition. The red Solo cup, too American for anywhere else. Number 9. American cheese slices, the cheese that isn't technically cheese. Those individually wrapped, perfectly square, unnaturally orange slices, they don't exist outside America, and in some countries they're literally illegal to call cheese. I'm talking about Kraft Singles, Velveeta, the entire processed cheese product industry. Americans eat 2 billion pounds of this stuff every year. But here's the brutal truth that'll ruin your grilled cheese memories. It's not cheese. Legally, the FDA won't let companies call it cheese because it doesn't meet the definition of cheese. It's cheese product. Pasteurized prepared cheese product. Which sounds like something a scientist creates in a lab, because it kind of is. In the EU, you can't sell this. It's banned. The UK calls it cheese food, which sounds absolutely dystopian. Australia restricts it, but in America, it's in every household. We put it on burgers, grilled cheese sandwiches, mac and cheese. We've built our entire comfort food cuisine around fake cheese. And Europeans are horrified, genuinely horrified. This is not cheese, this is plastic? Why does it not mold? Real cheese molds. Why does this cheese not mold? Because it's not cheese, Hans. It's cheese product. It's emulsifiers, preservatives, milk protein concentrate, and the American dream. Here's what's insane. It doesn't expire. I've seen people find Kraft singles from 2015 that still look perfectly fine. That's not food. That's a science experiment. But we love it because it melts perfectly. Every time. Into that smooth, uniform, definitely not natural texture that coats your mouth like edible plastic wrap. The rest of the world eats aged cheddar, Gouda, brie, cheese with flavor and texture and actual nutritional value. America eats squares of orange, and we're fine with it. More than fine. We're proud. One guy on Twitter said his European girlfriend cried when she saw him put Kraft singles on a burger. Actual tears. Why would you ruin meat with fake cheese? Because that's what we do here, Marie. We ruin perfectly good meat with fake cheese, and we do it with confidence. American cheese slices, too processed for anywhere else. Number 8. Ranch dressing, America's condiment addiction nobody talks about. Americans consume 250 million gallons of ranch dressing every year. That's not a typo. 250 million gallons. We put it on everything. Pizza, wings, fries, salad, vegetables, chips, sandwiches. I've seen people dip pizza in ranch. Pizza, Italian food, in ranch dressing. But here's the thing that breaks European minds. Ranch doesn't exist outside America. You cannot buy ranch dressing in Europe, or Asia, or South America. Some specialty import stores carry it for $12 a bottle, marketed to homesick Americans. Because nobody else wants it. They tried. It failed, spectacularly. Hidden Valley launched in the UK in the 90s. It flopped so hard they pulled out of the market. Brits tried it and were like, this is mayonnaise with herbs? Why? In France, suggesting ranch as salad dressing is considered a culinary war crime. In Italy, putting ranch on pizza might get you deported. But Americans are obsessed. It's the #1 salad dressing in the country. Bigger than Caesar, bigger than Italian, bigger than everything. And it's not even good. It's buttermilk, mayo, and herbs. That's it. We're addicted to flavored mayo. The rest of the world uses olive oil and vinegar like civilized humans. We use ranch on everything. One study found that 40% of Americans say ranch is their favorite condiment. Not ketchup, not mustard. Ranch. We're putting ranch on burgers now. Burgers. A European exchange student posted on Reddit that she thought ranch was a joke at first. Surely Americans don't actually drink this from bottles. Oh, but we do, Sophie. We absolutely do. I've seen college kids take shots of ranch as a dare. That happened. Multiple times. Ranch dressing, too American for taste buds anywhere else. Number 7. Giant jars of peanut butter, where 5 pounds of spread is considered normal. Americans eat 1.5 billion pounds of peanut butter every year, and we buy it in jars so big you need 2 hands to lift them. I'm talking about those Costco-sized Jif and Skippy containers that could double as buckets. 3-pound jars, 5-pound tubs. Enough peanut butter to last a normal person 6 months. Americans go through it in 3 weeks. But here's what's wild. Peanut butter barely exists outside America. In Europe, it's a tiny niche product. Small jars in the American section next to Pop-Tarts and root beer. Expensive, unpopular. Most Europeans have never tried peanut butter. And when they do, they hate it. It's sticky and tastes like peanuts. Why not just eat peanuts? Because we're Americans, Gustav, and we don't have time for chewing individual nuts. We spread them on bread like civilized people. In some Asian countries, peanuts are considered animal feed, not human food. The idea of grinding them into paste and eating it daily is bizarre. But Americans are raised on PB&J. It's a childhood staple. 90% of US households have peanut butter. Most have multiple jars. And we act like the rest of the world is crazy for not eating it. What do you mean you don't eat peanut butter? What do you put on toast? It's normal here, buddy. Number 6, spray cheese, where we put dairy products in aerosol cans because obviously, yes, cheese in a can with a nozzle that you spray directly into your mouth. Easy cheese. Cheese whiz. Americans buy 50 million cans per year. That's 50 million times someone thought, I need cheese, but I want it to come out of a pressurized container. This product is banned in multiple countries, not restricted. Banned, as in illegal to sell. Because it's not cheese, it's cheese food. Made with actual cheese plus oil, emulsifiers, stabilizers, and propellants. The same propellants that make whipped cream come out of a can. But for cheese, cheese shouldn't have propellants. Europeans call it an abomination against nature. Australians won't classify it as food. The UK refuses to let it be called cheese. But Americans spray it on crackers at every party. It's a staple snack. We've normalized aerosol cheese. And honestly, the rest of the world has a point. Cheese should not spray. Cheese should crumble, or melt, or slice. Not spray. But here's the most American part. We're not embarrassed about it. We're proud. Number 5. Garbage disposals. The machine that grinds food into sewage because plates are too hard, apparently. This one surprises people. 80% of American homes have garbage disposals. That grinding machine in your sink that chews up food scraps. Outside the US, almost nobody has them. Europe doesn't have them. Asia doesn't have them. They're rare in Australia. Some countries ban them. Japan restricts them. The UK actively discourages them. Why? Because grinding food and sending it into the sewer system is considered environmentally irresponsible. Food waste should be composted or thrown away, not liquefied and sent to water treatment plants. But in America, we don't think about it. We scrape plates directly into the sink, flip a switch, and let a spinning blade of death pulverize everything into oblivion. It's so normalized that Americans don't even realize it's uniquely American. When Europeans visit, they're fascinated and horrified. You just grind food and it goes into the pipes? What if it clogs? It does clog, Heinrich, all the time. And we pay plumbers $200 to fix it. But we keep using them anyway because the alternative is scraping food into the trash like savages. Number 4. Gallon-sized soda bottles where 128 ounces of sugar water is a single purchase. 1 gallon, 3.78 liters, of Coke, or Pepsi, or Mountain Dew. You can buy this at any gas station in America. It costs $2. And Americans think this is normal. But outside the US, the biggest soda size is 2 liters, and even that's considered excessive. In Europe, soda comes in 250 milliliter bottles. Small, reasonable. Designed for one person to drink once. In America, we buy a gallon. For personal consumption, not for a party. For one person. To drink over a few days, or honestly, sometimes a few hours. Europeans are baffled. Who drinks a gallon of Coke? Is that for a family? Nope. That's for Kevin. Kevin drinks a gallon of Mountain Dew every 2 days. Kevin is 26 and his blood type is code red. The obesity epidemic? Gallon sodas aren't helping. But Americans love value. A gallon is cheap, it's efficient. Why buy 6 small bottles when you can buy 1 bucket? The rest of the world thinks we're insane. And honestly, they might be right. Number 3. Prescription drug commercials on TV where pharmaceutical companies advertise directly to people who can't buy the product without a doctor. This one is legitimately insane. Only 2 countries in the world allow prescription drug advertising on TV. the United States, and New Zealand. That's it. Everywhere else, it's illegal, banned, considered unethical. But in America, you can't watch football without seeing ads for drugs you can't pronounce. Ask your doctor about Enbrel. Talk to your doctor about Ozempic. Inquire about Humira for moderate to severe Crohn's disease. And then 40 seconds of side effects read at light speed. Side effects may include nausea, diarrhea, internal bleeding, heart attack, stroke, sudden death, or a strong urge to gamble. I'm not making that last one up. That's a real side effect listed on some medications. But Americans watch these ads and think, you know what? I should ask my doctor about that drug for a condition I just learned exists 30 seconds ago. And pharmaceutical companies spend $6 billion per year on these ads because they work. Doctors hate it. They complain constantly about patients coming in demanding specific drugs they saw on TV. Number 2, huge pickup trucks for daily driving, where your grocery getter has the footprint of a small apartment. Ford F-150, Chevy Silverado, Ram 1500. These trucks are enormous, bigger than cars in most countries, and Americans drive them to Starbucks. 20% of all vehicles sold in America are pickup trucks, and most buyers never haul anything. They're not farmers, they're not contractors, they're accountants who like sitting high. Outside the US, pickup trucks are work vehicles. Farmers use them, construction workers use them. But in America, they're lifestyle vehicles, status symbols. I need a truck in case I ever move furniture, which I haven't done in 7 years, but you never know. Europeans think we're compensating for something, and honestly, sometimes they're right. These trucks are so big they don't fit in European parking spaces, or narrow streets, or most driveways in Asia. In Japan, you literally can't register an F-150. It's too large for Japanese roads. Illegal. But in America, it's the #1 best-selling vehicle for 40 years straight. People buy $60,000 trucks and use them like sedans. Never tow anything. Never haul anything. Just drive to Whole Foods and take up 4 parking spaces. Number 1. Giant bottles of over-the-counter medication, where Costco sells drugs like they're candy. This is the most uniquely American thing on this list. 500 pill bottles of ibuprofen, 1,000 pill bottles of aspirin, industrial quantities of pain medication available to anyone with $12. You walk into Costco and buy enough Advil to supply a small hospital. But in Europe, you buy medication in blister packs. 10 pills, 20 pills maximum. In the UK, pharmacies legally cannot sell more than 32 tablets of paracetamol at once. It's regulated to prevent overdoses and suicides. But in America, there are no limits. Buy as much as you want. Fill a bathtub with Tylenol if that's your thing. And Americans love it. We bulk buy everything, including drugs. Why buy a small bottle when I can get 500 pills for the same price? That's value. Europeans are horrified. Why do you need 500 pills? Are you eating them? Kind of, yeah. Americans take a lot of over-the-counter medication. Headache, ibuprofen. Sore muscles, ibuprofen. Can't sleep, melatonin, bad day, ibuprofen. We're a nation of self-medicators with bulk access to pharmaceuticals. The rest of the world has regulations, safety measures, limits. America has 1,000 pill bottles of Tylenol at Costco next to the rotisserie chickens. One German visiting the US took a photo of the medication aisle and posted it with the caption, "This is insane." 60 feet of over-the-counter drugs. Bottles so big they have handles, pills for everything. In France, you go to a pharmacist. They ask what's wrong. They give you exactly what you need in limited quantities. In America, you go to Walmart, buy 500 pills, and the cashier doesn't even blink. That'll be $11.99. Have a great day. Thanks, Sharon. I've got enough ibuprofen to last until 2030. Bulk medication bottles. Too American for safety regulations. So there you have it. 10 products Americans buy that literally don't exist anywhere else. Red Solo cups, fake cheese, ranch dressing, industrial peanut butter, spray cheese, garbage disposals, gallon sodas, prescription drug ads, massive trucks, and bulk medication. Products so uniquely American that explaining them to foreigners feels like describing a fever dream. Yeah, we put cheese in spray cans. We grind food in our sinks. We buy medication by the pound, and we're fine with it. To Americans, these products are normal, convenient, part of daily life. To the rest of the world, they're evidence that American consumer culture is completely unhinged. And honestly, both perspectives are valid. Yeah, spray cheese is weird. Yeah, gallon sodas are excessive. Yeah, maybe we don't need 500 pills of ibuprofen. But here's the thing. These products exist because Americans wanted them. We demanded convenience, value, and excess, and corporations delivered. We're the country that put a man on the moon and also invented aerosol cheese. That's the duality of America. The real question is, are these products genius or insane? The answer is yes. While the rest of the world eats real cheese and composts their food scraps, Americans are spraying processed dairy into our mouths and grinding leftovers in the sink. And you know what? We're okay with that. Because this is America, land of the free, home of the brave, and birthplace of products too bizarre for anywhere else. So here's my question for you. Which product shocked you most? Are you American defending your spray cheese? Or are you from another country wondering why we're like this? Drop a comment. Tell me which one made you laugh the hardest. Or which one you're now Googling because you can't believe it's real. And if you made it this far without questioning American sanity, congratulations. You're a part of the problem. Hit that subscribe button because we're doing more deep dives into American weirdness every week. The rest of the world thinks we're crazy. They're probably right. But at least our cheese comes in convenient spray form. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go buy a gallon of soda and 500 pills of Advil because that's what we do here.